Melissa Susie, good evening. First one in. Hi, Kim Timlin. First one in. Gets a prize. I don't know what the prize is yet. Hi, leader of the pack. That's a new name. Oh, okay. Just listening to Tracy's. Melissa Susie. Hi, Heidi Day. Oh, it's Cam Lynn. Ah, hi there. Changed your name to confuse me. Hi, Lucy Lane. So, how is everyone? Hope you've had a wonderful Friday. End of the week. Woohoo! Best day of the week. Hi, Sinead Connolly. This prize, yeah. Well, yeah. I've got to think about this prize. You see, first one in, we need to come up with a prize, don't we? What a busy week it's been. Busy week. We've been quite the talk of the town, haven't we, this week? It seems. Open to ideas. Yeah, depends where you're going with that. Depends where you're going. Hi, Kimberly D. And the hearts. 5 pink hearts. Hi, Louise. So, are we on the drink yet? Is anyone having a few yet on this Friday night? I'm strictly on coffee before I do this. Otherwise, I'll probably lose track of what the hell I'm talking about. Leader of the pack. I can't talk much, but I'm here listening. I'm so happy to finally catch one of your lives. That's absolutely fine. It's glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. So hopefully most of you know the basis of the subject that we're going to be talking about. Hi, Casey loves essential oils. Hi, Anthony Savage. Hi, Guernsey girl. Glad you could make it. Yeah, so that sort of last video that we did kind of is just before we kind of move on and leave that case behind us, which I think probably everybody is ready to do. Just wanted to touch on the subject of the upcoming book, the Letters from Christopher book. That's due out early October, which everyone seems to have taken as a huge political statement that we've made, which is fair enough. Probably the video was a bit strong, but that was my personal opinion on what I would do with that book, given what he did and it being so recent. Hi, Solange. Now, if you don't want this, Solange, then it's temporary for the moment. Just we've got a bit of a mod crisis at the moment, just for tonight. So if you wouldn't mind, Solange, just keeping an eye out. If you don't want it, just let me know, and I'll give it to somebody else. You'll probably wonder what the hell I'm talking about, but next time you type, you'll probably realise. Hi, Joanna Harvey. Hi, Tamara Hayes. Thank you, Solange. The wonderful Solange. Hi, Hippie Love. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on really just the upcoming book. Hi, Brandy Brown. Chris Watts's book. So this is not. So this is Cheryl's. Hi, Michelle AZ. This is Cheryl Lynn's book. Letters from Christopher. So this is the one where she has been writing to him and going to visit him in prison, and he's been writing her, and he's been saying things to her that obviously she's put into this book, things that apparently he's not even told the FBI, not even told his parents, and this is all now going to come out as a book. Solange can't hear a thing. Can everyone else hear okay? Just put a 1 or something if you can hear me okay. Brandy Brown can hear. Okay. Not sure what's going on there, Solange. You can hear, okay. Yeah, so this is the book that he has produced with this author, who apparently is sort of practicing Christian and what have you, and seeing as he says he's found God and all this and what have you, then he's written this book. Thanks, Michelle AZ. We intend to stay strong, absolutely. Won't be going anywhere unless we're forced and dragged off of YouTube. Won't be going anywhere. This channel's always been from the heart. It's always come, I believe, when we started, it came from the heart, and it's always been from the heart, and it will stay that way. Oh, well done, Solange. It will stay that way. I mean, I know we've been accused of all sorts, particularly this week, and with everything that's happened. Hopefully, I can just put a few of those things to bed tonight. There's been a lot of, lies told about us, basically. I know a lot of you can see that it's all lies, but I can put a few of those things to bed tonight, hopefully. So yeah, we've always come from the heart. We sort of shoot from the hip, if you like. We wear our hearts on our sleeves. And if we make mistakes along the way, then so be it. But we'll keep doing what we're doing at the moment. I agree, Melissa Susie. I wouldn't even purchase the book. I wouldn't purchase the book. My video is more of a statement, as that I don't agree that he should be allowed to write it. Well, write it maybe, but not. It shouldn't be released out to the general public, particularly when you've got. It's still so fresh. I mean, it's only just over a year ago. It's still so fresh in the mind. Social media is still going completely in a frenzy over it, and this is just gonna put salt on everyone's wounds. That's the way I feel about it. It's going to open up a whole new can of worms. It's going to, everyone's going to be reading it. They're going to be reading it online. They're going to be reading it in patrons. They're going to be picking it apart again. It's going to open up, no doubt, it's going to open up new conspiracy theories and all that kind of thing. So I don't think it should be allowed. And I think as a society, we should be looking at that and saying, well, is this right? Is it right that somebody who commits such a heinous crime should be allowed to, a year later, put down his feelings and how he did it? I mean, I presume it's going to go into horrendous detail. Who wants to hear that? Because I certainly wouldn't. There's obviously going to be those with the morbid fascination who want to who want to read it all, but I think it's wrong. When you think about what he did, it's just absolutely disgusting in my mind. And then I believe later on there's going to be a book written by Cindy. I don't know really anything about that book, so I have to reserve comment on that one, but I believe that's coming on a bit later down the line. Louise says, I don't think we will learn anything new. It's just a way to get people to buy it. Yeah, I don't think we're going to learn anything new. I don't think there's going to be anyone else being put in handcuffs or anything like that. I think it's just going to feed his ego probably, and the people with the morbid fascinations are probably going to enjoy it. So yeah, channel news wise, Granny Fanny, I think they've put up another video, haven't they? Apparently he's going to be going on AD's channel, apparently. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? He is actually, when people actually realise who this person is that's running that channel, I'm not going to say now, but we're pretty sure we know who it is. And if it is who we think it is, they're not a very nice person. They haven't got people's interests at heart. Trust me on that one. There's a lot of nasty people behind that channel. Well, if you've noticed the channels they don't talk about, maybe that's a clue. You know, they don't see other channels that seem to congregate there, if you know what I mean. You know, you've got Hypocritical K, you've got Mr. Allen himself, you've got Bam, Miss Mence has been over there. It's yeah, Solange is pretty much right in what she says. Hi Firefly, you get first dibs on calling in tonight, Firefly. I've tested it and it's all working. Yeah, the person that's running that channel isn't a nice person, put it that way. And I think that's all about to come out, actually. Yeah, it wasn't created for the purpose that maybe people think it was intended for. We believe it was all a orchestrated plan, an orchestrated maneuver by a lot of other channels to try and take down Team Phoenix. That's what we believe. We've seen a lot of proof relating to that, because I don't think people like us being here. I don't think people like the sort of power that we've had over the community, if you like. You know, I think we've made a lot of people sit up and take notice, and you know, we've made a lot of people accountable, as we are. We're accountable just like anyone, and we've certainly seen that in the way that people have been attacking us. I mean, I don't know if anyone saw Alan's video today. Did anyone see it? But they're accused of all sorts, and most of it lies. Yeah, Sue Damesh, you might want to just take a watch on it though. You know, it's basically everyone's been told that we were taken down because Attorney Lambert was contacted and told about everything that's going on, and that's why, you know, the family decided to speak up and kind of disassociate themselves. with us, which we all know is a complete pack of bull. It was a mistake, misjudgment that we made, that we owned up to. That's the single reason why that happened. Nothing to do with Lambert. Lambert has never communicated with anyone, any other channel. He certainly wouldn't have communicated with AD. So that's complete bull. We've never ever sent the family anything, ever. It's another thing that people have said, oh, we've been sending the family stuff. We shouldn't have been doing that. What are you doing? We haven't sent them anything. Nothing. Why would we do that? And they found our channel. We didn't find them. So that's their version of the truth. Yeah, it's always lies, hippie love. It is. It's always lies. So they're saying it's because they contacted Lambert, told them all what was going on, and so that's why the family decided to disassociate themselves with us, which is complete bull, as we know. Complete bull. But whatever, we should be proud of ourselves, because for 8 months we supported and fought for a family, that were involved in a heinous crime, and we were there for them for 8 months. What other channel could say that they've done that? This channel's blaming us for this and that. What have they done? They moan about these other channels. Have they reported any of them? No, they haven't. We're the only channel that did. Yeah, I know, Louise. They'll do anything to discredit me. That seems to be the latest plot of everybody. To try and discredit me. Or bring it on. I don't really give a toss, to be honest. I really don't. I shoot bullets I'm prepared to be shot at. It's fine. Doesn't bother me at all. Doesn't bother me at all. And all this about he wasn't in Colorado. It wasn't in Colorado. Was somebody saying they were part of that group or saying they were AD? Was. We were told. We were told by the family that somebody was there saying they were AD or part of his clan. So there you go. No, maybe it wasn't you, but somebody was there from that channel, which in anyone's book's bang out of order. And no, we didn't know him in the McCann case, this small bull. We didn't know him during the McCann case. We picked up on it probably 8-9 months ago, maybe a little bit longer when we started with Education Nation. We then became, it was the old family home, Melissa Susie. Yeah, Colorado, yeah. And did anyone notice 2 days later the picture came out of Betty's garage? What a coincidence to make. Yeah, that was very odd, wasn't it? Very odd. So yeah, there's some strange goings on at the moment within the true crime community, but Granny Fanny is definitely not who he pertains to be, or she. There's been an orchestrated campaign to try and take down us, and that's why we've got to stand strong and just keep doing what we're doing. This channel will keep going from the heart. It will keep speaking up if we need to, and we're not going anywhere, whether people like that or not. People can try and put us as a hate channel, as gang stalkers and all that rubbish, but it's just words. It's nonsense. We've never ever had anyone put a death threat on our channel. Again, that's another lie. We're not stupid. We're not out here to delve into people's personal lives and try and ruin them. We're just here to hold people accountable and not to take advantage of vulnerable people and, you know, abuse them and manipulate them and try and profit from people's tragedies. I think that's really wrong. I really do. It's not about making money, it's about how you make money, isn't it? Oh yes, Hippie Love, Martin's back. Martin is back. Hi, what do you see? Let me just, I don't know if everyone's aware actually, but yeah, Martin, I think his channel name's Martin D. Martin Dehan. Because that's another thing that we have been accused of, is creating Martin's channel. We've been accused of being Martin. That's another thing. We're accused of everything at the moment. We caused Brexit. If it rains, it's because of us. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, if you look around, if I get a minute and find the channel, I'll put it in the description. Hopefully on the next live, we're going to have Jamie from Making Lemonade. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Jamie. She does a lot of funny parodies of like Mary Marlowe, AD, Hypocritical K. She's done a lot of good parodies, funny. She sort of is coming from the same book as us. Yeah, Jamie is a gem. Yeah, she seems lovely. She seems a really lovely lady. You know, she's very much, as I say, on our side, if you like. So I'm in contact with her, and hopefully I'll be having her come on panel on the next live. So that should be good. Okay, Firefly, did you want to call in? Because I know last time it didn't quite go to plan. But if you want to call in, I can open the room up. And you can say what you wanted to say last time, but you couldn't because it wasn't working properly. Oh, Solange's a warrior. She's a true TP warrior. She's from Wales, you see. They don't take no messing about. Don't take no messing about. So, yeah, Firefly. Did you wanna call in? You were silenced. Yeah. If you want to call in, just say in the chat, and I'll open up the room. I just want to give you sort of first chance, if you like, before I open it up. Sure, cool, brilliant. Okay, let's just pretend it's your first time as well. Forget about last time. Okay, if you look underneath the video, underneath the title in the description, you should find the numbers. They don't seem to show up on this backdrop I've got because the colour of the text is white. So, but if you look underneath you'll find them. You will find them under there. If you've got any problems, let me know and I'll put them in the chat. But they are underneath, you know, where it says the title, Heart of the True Crime Community. You should find them underneath there. I'll tell you what, I'll copy them into the chat. Let's copy it all in there. I hope this comes out all right. Not confusing as hell. There we go. So there's the numbers also in the chat as well. And the participant ID is just a hash. So if anyone who calls when if it asks for participant ID, it is just a hash. Joanna Harvey, I don't think it's helpful to criticise BBBM for her looks, makeup, lifestyle. Well, I certainly haven't done that. And I wouldn't do that. Hi, Zen Girl. Crept in there. Brandy Brown. Are you the real Brandy Brown? Huh? We got a fake one, have we? Was he joking? Okay, so yeah, room should be open for anyone who wants to call in. So you can talk about anything you want. So the major topic was the book, the upcoming book. Just wanted to touch on that before we move on past that case. But if you want to talk about something else, that's absolutely fine as well. Absolutely fine. The just touching on the Michael Wayne Jones Jr. case. Oh, here we go. We'll put that on hold for the moment. Hello.
Hello.
Hi there. Who's calling? Is that Firefly?
That's Firefly. It's Firefly.
Yeah, good. Right.
From Boston. Can
from
you hear
Boston.
Me?
Yeah. Can everybody hear Firefly? Yes. Great.
Thank the Lord. Hi,
Yeah.
How is everybody? I want to say hello. I could get on the list. I can't see the chat because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I have a cold. So I sound a little snuffly. But
oh dear.
What a group of people. What an awesome, funny, good-hearted, loyal. I'm still gobsmacked, Dad, that anybody went after you the way I'm stuttering. I just can't believe it. Wow. Jealousy is the root of all evil, right up there with money.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, we just became a scapegoat, didn't we, for everyone just to attack. I think it just everyone saw the opportunity and just took that opportunity to go for us, really, go for our throats.
Well, but it was based on jealousy, if you ask me, and a lot of other people, which is a disgrace. I mean, you're supposed to be for the Ruthacks and crime victims of all types, not. And then all of a sudden, they showed their true colors with. Let me slam, Team Phoenix and their subs to make money or to get really showed their colors. Very, very disheartening. But I'm a Team Phoenix warrior. I'll support you guys till the end of time. So there you go.
Thanks so much. That means a lot. Yeah, it did seem that sort of when the family became on board, we were kind of warned that, this happening, this people could suddenly go for your throats, and we thought, well,
yeah,
why would they do that? We didn't really comprehend why they would do that, but they were absolutely right. Sadly, it seemed to be a pivotal moment in our sort of journey, if you like. From that moment on, when they started supporting us, people just started going for us.
Exactly. You nailed the right on the head. And I'm from Boston, and we're pretty honest. I mean, I'll be ladylike, but we just tell it the way it is. I mean, and I'm probably going to get slammed for this later by people, but Bam was the first one out. The minute the Ruthacks phone, she started trashing you. I stuck up to you, and I was respectful. If you want to call me a window licker and nuts and medicated, I really don't care. It doesn't faze me. I'm going to stick up for people and what I believe in, and you can call me whatever you want. I'm not going to get in for a tit for tat because I'm better than that. I'll just move on.
Yeah, that's basically what that's basically what we're trying to do. I mean, we saw it happen, but we didn't want to get involved in all the drama, particularly having the family on with us and stuff like that. We just couldn't, and still now I don't get involved in that kind of stuff. If people want to go at me, fine, I don't care. It's water off the duck's back to me. I don't.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of like in our personal lives. We've all had friends we've done a lot for, and you trust, and they stab you in the back. you just blindsided. You didn't see it coming. Now that I'm a little older, we don't have to get into how old I am, but I'm over 50. I see that coming a little quicker, and it's through unfortunate life experiences and getting the shaft, so to speak. This case has brought out the worst in humanity, but it's also brought out the best in humanity, and I'm trying to think more of that side than all these cretins running loose, just causing this, wreaking this havoc.
Yeah, it's frighteningly toxic, isn't it? The whole sort of YouTube crime
Oh,
community is just, it's been unbelievable to me. The levels that people and the kind of hatred that people have towards each other, I just find absolutely nuts, to be honest. But
well,
I was going to say,
but
oh, go on, carry on. Sorry.
I'm sorry, but Team Phoenix has my utmost respect. And the thing more for me was you sat back, and I'm this type of person too. I will take an awful lot of shite from people. You just sat back, you took all this really trash before you had to defend yourself. I'm the same way, and I respected you for that. But there comes a time where you have to defend yourself, and they get all up in arms that you got the nerve to defend yourself. But you know what? It's going to happen, Dad. They're all piranha. They'll all eat each other, and we'll be left standing.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I mean, I don't plan to go anywhere. The channel doesn't plan to go anywhere.
Nope,
So yeah,
we're not
let
going anywhere.
no. In a way, it was nice. Somebody commented in one of our videos, I can't remember who it was, but it was almost like a kind of unnecessary purge, if you like, of our channel and of the people. It's not something we would have
Yeah,
wanted to happen, but it has exposed a lot of people who maybe we didn't want to be associated with anyway. You know,
right.
if you know what
Oh
I mean.
yeah, yeah. Well, they were wearing a mask, kind of like the Chris Watts, people in masks in life,
Yeah,
and the
it's
mask falls off sooner or later.
yeah. I mean, we had people that were all for supporting us and they were all for the family, and then all of a sudden their behaviour is like, well, you're obviously not, are you? You know, the way they were behaving, it was clear that they weren't really for the family. That wasn't, you know,
No, no, and they didn't even wait and hear the stories. Like they didn't even wait for you and Tracy and Team Phoenix and everybody to hear what really happened. They just went rampant, like rabid wolves. I mean, it was just absolutely nuts.
yeah, yeah. It's very quick on it, weren't they, as well? You know, considering that some channels that say, oh, they don't watch us or not interested in us, so were very quick to jump on that, weren't they? You know, it was almost salivating over the fact, celebrating, weren't they?
Well, because and you hit it right on the head, which is really disgusting. Is you guys had the Rusiks on. This is what we wanted them to have a place to go. And believe me, it was the safest place for them. This is an honest channel with decent people. And then all these jealous nutcases started trouble. So not only did they start trouble and hurt Team Phoenix, they hurt the Rusaks with their bull crap.
Yeah, it did.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. It took
really.
every ounce of our strength and determination just to keep them kind of safe from all of it as well.
Well, I hope they hear Tracy's. I just was at work and I was listening to her uploads with my mouth probably hanging at my bench working. I was like, wow. Yeah, I'm still stuttering. I can't even believe anybody could try to defend themselves after saying that. There's some really strange people on YouTube, Dad. I really got to say that.
Yeah, I mean, so much happened. It's something we just want to try and obviously move on
Yeah, I
from now.
know we got to move on. I'm just really sorry that you guys had to endure that because believe me, it hurt me. I can't imagine how you guys felt. But I see a lot of people in the chat that have been. I used to be on with Team Phoenix under my real name, which I won't say because of the nuts. But I changed it to Firefly. But I've been with you guys quite a while, and I see a lot of the same names. So there's a lot of I know Hippie Love and Mike and Brandy and Sue and all these really great people. I'm probably forgetting Solange. I can't see the chat, but
Mm.
we these are really good, true people that care about victims of Rusex and you guys. We love you, Dad. You and
Mm.
Tracy and Phoebe and
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we got a great little community. I mean, that's what that's what's important to us is our community. That's what keeps it
yeah.
going, really.
And Jamie's awesome. I cannot wait to. Jamie does the best parodies of Mandy Moore and her lipstick.
Yeah, yeah. So I emailed her today actually. So we've, I'm going to try and get her on to the next. She couldn't make it tonight, so I'm going to try and get her to come on to the next one. So I'm sure she'll
She
have
is
plenty to
great.
say.
She's great. She's just really the parody queen.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and she's for victims too, and she's taking a lot of heat too. I'm sure once she comes on Team Phoenix, she's going to take more heat. But Jamie's tough. Jamie's like not going to care.
Yeah, I've seen
She
her.
don't care. She can take it.
Yeah, I've seen she's been taking a lot lately. But when you sort of stand up for what you believe in, sometimes you have to, don't you? It's just that's part of life, isn't it? But hopefully she can bring a bit more lightheartedness as well to everything that's been
Oh,
going
she
on.
can. I mean, she can take these people and make them into characters, which you look at it like if it wasn't such a serious matter, AD and Miss Menzer and it's funny, Menzer and Mary Marlowe both have M&Ms for names, like what's in their head, M&Ms. But she brings them into cartoon characters, which they really are. There's no credibility. They're just jokes.
Yeah, no, it is funny, and they get very touchy about these parodies as well, don't they? I mean, it wouldn't bother me if someone did a parody of me. It really wouldn't. I'd think it was quite funny, but some people just take it so personally, don't they?
Well, yeah, I know that Mary Marlowe is really James Bogart uploaded and Mary as her as an actress, and she was going down the list, and I think Jamie was on it. Team Phoenix was on it. Let's see, AD, all these people out together, and they're on her list. And Bogart was on the cusp, and now he's on the list because of the video. But there's still good people out there who don't care. Go after us. We're going to ignore you. And that's kind of what we should do at this point. I don't go on any of these hate channels anymore. I don't try to talk sense into them. I don't try to get my point across because they're just going to call your name. It's not worth it. Just move on. Focus on the cause and the good people in the room.
Yeah, absolutely agree, and that's what we plan to do. It's just comes a point where you're never going to come to an agreement with somebody, isn't it? Whatever you say, they're just going to hate you for it, So, it's
Well, a
like you
lot of
say.
people got mental problems. We don't know their lives. There's something wrong upstairs. Just to do what they've done. You can't. We're not mental health professionals. You can't fix these people. And the haters who hate on you can't change whatever went on in their life that they're so hateful and mean. You can't change it. You just have to meet. What I do in my private life, my world's really small. I have a couple really good, loyal people, and that's it. The rest of the world is way out from my reach, and my life is really peaceful and happy that way.
Yeah, that's the best way to be. I just wonder why, like in the crime community, there just seems to be so many. Whether it's this case that's brought all these people out, I don't know whether people have struggled to deal with that. With what's case, whether they're just having problems dealing with it mentally, and they're kind of projecting it all out onto YouTube and stuff. I don't know. It's very
Yeah.
it's odd.
I think you hit both sides of it. I think one of it is there's been a lot of people, Chris Coleman, and there was some Longo, I can't remember his first name, killed his wife, 4 kids. There's been a lot of family annihilators who haven't got this attention. However, how many times have you seen a killer backing his truck up, come to find out he's dragging, dead people out of the house. He's watching, watching himself on the tape committing the crime. The body cam. So that's one aspect. And the other one, Dad, you hit on, a lot of women are terrified that this is going to happen. And if they bash Shanann and make themselves not like Shanann, it's not going to happen. Listen, we are all Shanann. It can happen to anybody. She was an awesome, awesome mother. Was she flawless? Nobody is. I'm not. But you know what? She was awesome. And anybody can be Shanann, and bashing her is not going to save you. Okay?
No, that's right, absolutely. And how do you feel about the book that's coming out? You know, the letters from Christopher book.
Oh,
What's your personal
God, thank
opinion?
God I had a migraine earlier. I took my anti-nausea because I got to talk about this book now. Um, I'm really disgusted. It's not like somebody wrote a book about Chris down the road, like they write about, Arias or Peterson or something. This guy's been given a voice. He silenced his family. They don't have a voice. They can't speak because he killed them. The man is a pathological liar. He's a psychopath, and he's a murderer. I don't give two dog nuts what he's got to say. I really don't. I won't buy it. I don't even really want to hear what's in it. I've unfortunately read a few, excerpts and quickly put my eyes away. It's all disturbing. People just want to re-traumatize yourself here and that. What's wrong with you?
Well, yeah, exactly. It could re-traumatize people, couldn't it? I mean, certainly when you think of the families, they don't want to know. Is it going to go into more detail and stuff like that? It's just stuff that
Well,
shouldn't be.
they wouldn't want to know about what if it's their family. They wouldn't want to hear about any of this stuff.
No.
And it's all going to be lies anyways. Chris is just going to keep, he knows people, like he's a fisherman and people he puts them on worms on the end and goes fishing. So he's fishing and he's going to keep fishing because he's in prison with nothing better to do.
That's right. And he knows that he's going to get feedback on this book from, people that are going to see him in prison and stuff like that. So
He hears about it.
yeah, is he going to get some sick, perverse satisfaction out of? Do you know what I mean? I mean,
Absolutely he is. I mean, just the fact when he was on the porch, it's funny. My best friend, the only disagreement we had, we've known each other. The minute I saw Chris watch, because I'm not going to get into the story, but I was in a 20-year abusive marriage, and by the grace of God, I got out and I'm sane and everything. But you get smart, and the minute he started talking, I looked at my friend and I said, "Oh my God, he killed her and the kids." And he's like, "Why do you always say that about people?" I'm like, "Look at him," So he just was almost duping delight, talking about killing his family, and he went to work like nothing happened. And even in the interview, it was just, I almost threw up listening to him. I really did, talking about what he did to the family, like he was putting an order in at Dunkin' Donuts. It was just disturbing.
yeah.
He's evil. He's not even mentally ill. He's evil.
Just the second confession as well. It just made everything 100 times worse, didn't it?
Oh my God. I don't know how much is true, Dad. To be honest with you, I want to believe that what he said at the site is true because it's so horrific. But then again, you're dealing with a pathological liar. Maybe none of them made it out of the house. The only people who know what happened are the unfortunate victims that he killed, him and God. And God will take care of him because you can't lie to God and you can't manipulate God. So he knows.
Yeah.
We're never going to know. We're just not.
That's the
We
thing.
can figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, what he says in this book, it's just going to be, again, is he telling the truth? Is he not? It's never ending. It's never going to end. It's just opening it all up again, isn't it?
Well, and it's kind of like almost giving the finger to the Ruseks, like when he did the second confession. Listen, if I was him and I was a really repentant person, I would have taken the fact, if that's what he did to his children, where he did it, and I don't want to get into it, to my grave. I never would have made it and he knew the family was going to hear it. To watch those people on Dr. Phil, I started crying, and I'm a tough Bostonian. I don't get upset often. I was losing it, and I said, wow, that guy's like really getting off on this. So I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in that book, shock factor, stuff that he made up just to like hurt them. I mean, like he hasn't done enough, And as far as his family, I've never said a bad word about them because God knows that man has made more victims out of more people than I can shake a stick at. I don't have any bad feelings towards his family either. So they're all victims in my mind.
Yeah. Technically, they
Could
are.
they have done things differently? Sure, but you know what? I have sons. If my sons were accused of that and were normal their whole life and didn't lie to me, which they haven't, I might believe them in the beginning too. We've got the benefit of hindsight these people, it's their son. I mean, I might have backed them up in the beginning too. We weren't in that position. I don't think what she did and said a lot of things was right, but you know what? Nobody was in that position but her. Those people were dealing with an awful lot thrown at them too, on top of the Rusaks. Chris made all this mess, not these people.
Yeah, I know some people are starting to look at it, from the kind of other side because it has been so. People just don't want to talk about it, do they? From kind of Chris's, I mean, yes, her interview is an absolute car crash, and I'm sure she knows that now. Um,
Oh yeah, but that's hindsight.
yeah, and nobody wants to put themselves in the position of, well, if that was your son or brother, or
It,
you
it,
can't say how you would react. You can't. It's
no, you can't. And you know what happens? I think, in my opinion, the same thing happened to the Watts that happened to NK with a lot of people. They hate Chris so much, and what he did, it's spilling out into everything else. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, and
They
it's
can't quite contain it to Chris.
no, and it's
Like
only
NK, she wasn't there. I'm sorry. Is she a homewrecker? Did she have any right being with that man? Absolutely not. But you know what? She's a homewrecker. This isn't Salem, Massachusetts, like I tell people in the 1800s, where we stone people to death for adultery. She's going to pay for what she did. She's certainly hasn't had an easy time. We don't need AD getting this woman killed, because he's got all these rabid wolves after her.
well, yeah, that's the hypocrisy of the whole thing that we've highlighted for months. We're told that we're a hate channel and we're going
Nah.
after people and all this, but they're quite happy. They all admit they sit there and they got the pitchforks out for NK, and
Yeah.
that seems to be fine. Putting pictures of
Right.
her up, oh, this could be her with her husky. I mean, how irresponsible and
Yeah,
dangerous is
yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah. It's her in the car. It's her ponytail. And it's not like AD really thought it was her. It's all made up for views and money. It's clear to see. Helen Keller could see it. I'm telling you. I don't watch him anymore. I hear about things. I might apparently, check up on something if somebody brings it up. But I want to throw my phone when I hear him start, and it's all I got. I don't have a computer, so I can't throw my phone.
No, yeah,
Um,
that was a clear narrative right from the very start that we saw was to build up this hatred toward the mistress and then convince everyone that she was there because
and
he knew
Jim, without poor Jim.
yeah, Jim too, um, and it's all because he knows that there are people that hate her because she was a mistress. So
Mm-hmm.
loads of women hate her, and they will do anything. They will throw anything at him, money, everything, to try and get her
Right.
to be there. But the fact is, there's
Well,
nothing to suggest nothing to prove that she was there at all.
she wasn't there, and he knows she wasn't there. What if, God forbid, one of those fruitcakes on his, some of them are nice people, just misled, but you got a couple that are, a little screwy. Went after her. What if somebody attacked her?
Hmm.
They could go after him for inciting violence.
Yeah, well, I think she was doxxed. I think someone doxed her work or something.
Yeah, they did.
She had to
Mm-hmm.
move job and stuff, didn't she? I mean, look, she may be a real bitch if you like. She may have
Yeah,
mentally put
here's
pressure on him.
someone.
Yeah, she may have put pressure on him to change his relationship. But don't forget, he's a pathological liar, isn't he? So he's
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
I'm sure he fed her a whole pack of
He did. He
baloney.
told her. And it was unfortunate timing because when Shanann went to Colorado for 5 weeks, yeah, I'm sure she saw her opening. However, he's like, see, my wife doesn't care about me. We're separating. She just takes. He told her a line, a bullshit too. So
Hmm.
he lied to everybody. He killed people. He used people. He's a total liar, pathological, psychopath, whatever you want to call him. He alone did this. I'm never going to blame anybody else and take the credit off of him. Believe you me, because he did it. See,
Absolutely.
how could he do it? He was built like a brick shit house. He was working out. That's how he did it.
And he's on the Thrive and stuff as well. I mean, that's where everyone should be pointing the finger, isn't it? Everyone's kind of
Mhm.
taking it away from what he did by trying to put other people there and all this kind of stuff.
Now,
He's the
my
one.
bullseye's right on him.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, you're right. In the Thrive, I don't know if he was slapping on 12 patches or something a day, but he looked like a whittled down totem pole. He looked much more attractive, happy, and healthy before this whole Thrive thing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was quite, like you say, he was quite big built actually, wasn't he? When when he was arrested
Yeah,
and stuff.
he's chubby guy, but I thought he was cute. I don't like them little skinny guys. So, there you go. But he just looked happy and healthy. And when he started taking the Thrive, like even on the porch, his eyes changed. I know Nicole had said something too, and like the light's gone out of his eyes, or the white, they got black.
Mm.
It's not that like he tries to claim now the devil made him do it. No, no, no. The devil didn't make you do it, Chris. You did it.
Yeah.
Devil ain't taking the blame. Nicole wasn't there. It's simple, Dad. He got up. He killed her. Whether he killed her, who knows? But he killed his family. He did it. Nobody told him to do it. And even if she was saying, "Well, you got to make a decision," how could she have known? She didn't know.
No, exactly. Exactly. He needs to, people need to realize that he did it, nobody else. He's solely responsible.
Yep.
We don't want to read his book. We don't want to read how he did it. We don't need
No,
any more detail.
no, no. All we know is they're dead. That's all we need to know. And he killed them, right?
Hmm.
We
Yeah.
can figure out the rest. I mean, we know. I pretty well can tell what he's lying about. He never had a fight with Jeanette. He jumped her in her sleep. Let's face it. That's kind of clear. We don't need to know the rest. We know they're dead, and he
Exactly.
did it. That's it. But it's not a moneymaker for Mary Marlowe and AD and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just want these people seriously. I would say to them, look them dead in the eye and go, if this was your sister, your daughter, your grandchildren, would you want people doing this?
Exactly.
Seriously, just think about it.
And
Think
now,
about it as a human being.
yeah, and the latest sort of thing that these channels are going to be doing is reading the book to their
Oh,
patrons. So it's you've got to become a patron, and then we'll read the book to you. I mean, it's just gets
yeah, it's
worse.
more blood money. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very wrong.
My dad used to say to me all the time, anything ill-begotten is cursed, Dad, which means anything not earned or, gotten in a deceiving or nasty way is cursed. So all this money these people are getting, in my opinion, is cursed, and nothing good is going to come of it.
No, it's not money
Because
I could
karma
accept.
knows who you are.
Yeah, it's not money I could accept. I just wouldn't feel comfortable at all. No way.
I
No
wouldn't
way.
sell my soul for anything,
No, no way.
and people did.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in. So you're in Boston, are you? You're in
I, yes, I'm in beautiful Massachusetts. It is 78 degrees. The leaves are turning. It's sunny. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh wow, we've had absolute horrendous day here today. A
Yeah,
week.
so you're my first calling. I just wanted you to know this. I've never called anybody, so I just felt strongly about the channel and everybody. And I just wanted to call and give my support and say hello to everybody.
Yeah, they're all in chat. They're all saying hello.
Well, I'll get off. I'll let you get in the phone. I'll hop back and chat.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks so much for calling. I'm glad we managed to get you
Oh,
on
it
this
was
time.
great talking to you. All right.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers.
Ah, there we go. Firefly from Boston. Managed to get her on finally. Hi Jay, how you doing? So yeah, I saw Blue and Accents. It's nice to see you on here. I saw you sort of saying you're a bit confused with everything. Um, yeah, we're hoping obviously now just to, kind of move on. We just wanted to cover the book, the coming out of the book tonight. But we're now, time to move on from this case. from the Watts case, I think it's time to move on for everybody really, and just try and get a bit of peace and order going. We know it's been a difficult, sort of confusing time for a lot of our subs, as for everybody. But we're kind of moving on now. Moving on to pastures new. Hippie loves in Oregon. Oregon. Right, where are we? What is it? 9:30. I'll just pop the numbers in the chat again. It's annoying because I can't get them up on the screen because of the background I've got. I tell you what I could do is take away the picture, which I think I can do. Let's just have a quick go. There we go. And then I should be able to put the numbers up if anybody wants to call in. So I'll probably go for about another half an hour. Read some of your comments. Wednesday's chart. Could we discuss Timothy Jones Jr.? Spice is becoming a bit of an issue in my area. Did anyone think good about Spice? Oh, is that the Michael Wayne Jones Jr.? Is it that case? Is that the one you mean? Yeah, this is the chap in Florida, isn't it? Similar sort of crime, isn't it, to the Watts case? So is there actually any proof then that he was taking spice or anything like that? Or is this a different? Oh, it's a different case, is it? Timothy Jones Jr. Oh, I'm not familiar with that one. Sorry, I've been looking at the Michael Wayne Jones. Oh, another family annihilator. Oh dear. What is going on? Is it just that they're becoming more prevalent because of social media? I don't know, but it seems to be happening more, doesn't it? It could be. Could it be drugs playing a part? Is it the pressure of society? Um, has it always happened? Just statistically, has it always remained the same, or is it just the fact, because social media, we're seeing more and more of it, whereas before you didn't hear about it? But yeah, it's I imagine as a woman with a family, it must be worrying when you see these sort of things happening, especially when they seem so normal, especially when they appear so normal. What makes them snap? Is it premeditated? Is it spur of the moment? Is every case different? I guess it is. Guess it is. Casbat has a big heart and funny with a great talent. Yeah, Casbat's great. We had her on actually that's a couple of months ago now, probably. But yeah, she came on and she was great. She was very funny. Ooh, who we have here? Looks like Jay.
Hey, Dad TV.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you
Good.
doing?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
Very good. Very good. I kind of missed the very beginning, so I didn't hear your last caller and everything that you guys are talking about, but I did hear you say it's time to move on.
Hmm. How do you feel
So
about the whole, book
I
coming
just
out
think
and stuff?
I just think there's so much negativity that I I want to move on to. I mean, I think that's the best thing to do, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen.
Mm.
And there's people that are making too much money off this case, and they're not going to be willing to give that money up. They don't care about the families. That's my view. I don't feel like these people are doing it because they really and truly care about these families. A lot of it is greed driven, and that bothers me.
Mm. Yeah, it is 100% greed driven. I don't think they give two hoots about family, to be honest.
They don't, Chris. And if they did, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing.
No, no, they wouldn't.
I
It,
wish that, everybody could see that.
mm, definitely. I don't, the damage that this book, to be honest, it could potentially cause is substantial, isn't it? Really, I mean, no
It
one knows
is.
what's going to come out. No, no one even
No.
knows if it's true. It's just going to reopen new wounds, probably. It's going to leave more unanswered
Oh, for
questions.
sure. For sure. It's just gonna, it's gonna rip that band-aid off again.
Mm. And probably, I mean, who knows what he said about his family, about um, other
Yeah.
people's involvement, stuff like that. We
And
just don't know.
another thing too, Chris, is do we know, like, if if we can even verify any of this information or all of the information did in fact come from Chris himself? I mean, anybody can write a book and say anything. So I mean, I would go into it being skeptical too, just, not knowing the basis and if everything in there is factual and came from him.
That's true, yeah. I mean, it's this Cheryl woman, isn't it? Cheryln Cadle.
Cheryln, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't, like you say, you don't really know what spin she might put on it,
Well,
like you
right.
say.
And the fact that she's not, an author she's not even an author. It'd be one thing if it was a well-known author who was respected and had a good reputation and you knew you could rely on their information. But you've got someone who I don't even know how she came about to do this, but it was supposed to be based on Chris's journey, finding God and Christ. And this is just a woman who took an opportunity. So I think we all have to really look at this book and be very skeptical of the information and not knee jerk react to everything in that book. I take it with a grain of salt, so to speak.
Yeah, it's going to be picked apart for sure, isn't
It
it? It's going to
is.
be
Yeah.
absolutely picked apart, and people are going to use probably bits to suit their own narratives if there's bits in there
Yeah.
that they can use to do that. Um,
Yeah. They're already doing it and they've been doing it. And I ask everybody, I know, out of curiosity, a lot of people, probably most people who followed this case will read it. But I would keep in mind, just to consider the source, consider how she promoted her book, you know, consider all of those things when you read that.
yeah, well, I immediately would question her reasons for writing it. Really, I mean,
Hmm.
is it is she hiding behind Christianity kind of thing?
Hmm.
That Chris has found God, and so this book's his sort of journey of finding God, and is it,
Yeah.
or is he going to get sort of morbid satisfaction out of it, or who
You know what I
knows?
feel like, Chris? I feel like, and this is just my take on it, is my opinion, based on everything that I've heard and read and seen. I feel like she could have possibly used the Christianity spin to gain his trust, which we all know he's kind of um, not the brightest, or maybe doesn't make the best decisions on his own. She could have used that aspect to gain his trust and hey, I realize you found Christ, let's talk about it. And someone starts to trust somebody else, then especially someone who's in prison may want to talk.
Mm,
They may want to talk and they may feel like they can trust that person. And I feel like that may have, and I'm not making excuses for Chris Watts, saying that he's, too dumb to make his own decisions. That's not what I mean. I just think that just based on what we've seen on social media in his marriage, he preferred a strong woman.
mm,
And Shanann was a very strong woman. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I feel like I'm a pretty strong woman when I'm in a relationship as well, you know.
hmm
So I think that he tends to trust a little easier and could fall for something a little bit easier than a lot of men.
mm.
So, I mean, I don't think it would have been too difficult for this lady to really win him over, to be honest.
No, and it's only been just over a year, isn't it? It's still very fresh.
Yeah.
Y-
Yeah.
You know,
Um, Blooming Accents just asked a question. Wasn't Jay talking to Mel or whoever Jamie Watt's friend is? Yes. Blooming Accents. I've talked to Mel a lot. Mel and I are very good friends. And I've had her on my channel a few times, and she's probably one of the most fair and kind-hearted people that I've ever talked to.
Yeah,
I have to say that about Mel. She's so kind, and she wants nothing but positive things. And, there's no ulterior motive to, what Mel is doing. So
no. I
I'm
mean,
proud to know Mel.
you've spoken to her for quite a while, haven't you? You've known Mel.
Yeah. Her and I've been talking for probably about 8 months now. And, we talk about more than just the Watts case, but, we talk about that, and we've thrown things off of each other and just had really good discussions and kind of shared different viewpoints. And she really gave me a lot of insight, because I wasn't of the mindset before that I really thought that the Watts were quote unquote victims. And the reason I say that is because just it was so emotional in the beginning, and it was so raw, and all you saw was that, this guy did all of this, and this is his family. And the unfavorable interview that went on in the very beginning before the discovery came out, it really shed a bad light on this family. And talking to Mel and getting that different aspect, and I thought to myself, if this is one of their very good friends, she's such a kind hearted person, I have to imagine that they probably are as well.
Mm.
you know Birds of a feather flock together. And she gave me a lot of the views on, what the Watts have been going through since this happened. And it made me stop and think. It made me stop in my tracks. And I was like, wow, this is their son.
Mm.
They didn't do this. They weren't there. They had nothing to do with it. And that was when I saw the case from all sides, so to speak, being on the outside, and seeing that both families are in fact victims of Chris Watts.
Yeah, I mean, it's the side that no one's ever wanted to kind of, as soon as you mention it, everyone jumps down your throat kind of thing. That's the way it's sort of appeared to us. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, it's been so complex. I mean, when he obviously, like you say, he had his early interview, and then obviously, using the read technique, they made him confess.
Mm-hmm.
That then gave him an out, didn't it? And it gave people a chance
Yeah.
to jump on sort of, you know, his wife doing it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know what, Chris? I was one of them.
Mm,
I admit, and I've admitted it, early on, that I wasn't sure, and I don't think that now, obviously, but this was, when he confessed. And I thought, well, I mean, this has happened before. There's been mothers who have done this. And to me, it wasn't all that far fetched, so to speak. But obviously, as I learned more, and when the discovery came out, I knew he did it. But in the beginning, it was like, that's all we knew. That's the only story we had. And there were some people who picked up on his interview on the porch and said he's guilty. I didn't think that in the beginning.
no,
And I started watching it from when they were missing. And I'm not sure when kind of got an interest in the case, but from day one, when he went on and said, my wife and children are missing, that's when I was watching, and I was like, well, what's going to happen next? You
mm.
know?
It,
So,
yeah, it's very brave of you to say that, really, the fact that and that's the thing, it has changed so much. A lot of people have said stuff that, like you say, you don't think now. You don't, you have a totally different mindset now because
yes.
of how it's progressed, and obviously the second confession, obviously.
Mm.
Um, but the trouble is, the hate started very early, and it just built and built and got ingrained into people's minds.
It
And
did, yeah.
a
The
massive line,
sides.
yeah, a massive line was drawn, sides were taken, and it just built up a load of hate that just hasn't served anyone, has it really?
It's horrible. And it's so crazy to think that a social media platform could drive such a wedge between two families who really are the only ones that know what this feels like.
True, it's very true, yeah.
I've never seen anything like this. And I think maybe, and everybody says because of the social media aspect of, all Shanann's videos and things. But this has just gone to such a level of just hatred and pitting these two poor families against one another even further, like they didn't have enough to contend with, right?
Well, that's
Now
right.
they have all these outsiders who have no idea what they're going through and have no idea what it's going to take them to heal, getting all in the middle of it,
Yeah, and
you know?
every aspect of each family's been put under a complete microscope, isn't it? And it, it's just not kind of normal, really. It's not,
Mm,
and
mm-mm.
that's what worries me about this book is that it's gonna do the same
Further.
kind of thing all over again. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid it is too. And you guys send a great message, Chris. And I know you guys have been through the ringer lately, but don't give up. And you guys do the right thing. And I always, always, always promote you and talk so positive about you guys because you have good hearts. You
Thanks.
never have any ill intentions, and everything you say is true. So you're one of the few channels that I respect because of that. There's so much garbage out there. And you go to these channels where these people are just bashing and creating hate, and they have 400 or 500 people watching them, and then like you or I try to get a good message out there, and it's like, oh, we peaked at 100. You know what I mean? It really goes to show
Mm,
what people like to hear. And it's really sad, but I think that your message is amazing. And I hope you guys keep doing what you're doing.
thanks. Just picking up something in the chat. I mean, I don't know if you're not happy to answer it, don't. But a lot of people say that the kind of the what started the whole hate thing
Mm.
themselves.
Oh, can I address that?
Please do. I'd just like to hear what you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think what they're talking about is, first of all, I think that Ronnie Watts was crucified in the videos of When the Discovery, where Chris admits what he did, and he's rubbing his back, and he's got his hand on his forehead and his elbows on the table, and you can tell the guy doesn't even know what to think. So I think it's very premature to judge his behavior when he just heard that and had to not only take that in, but think about, oh my God, I've got to call my wife and tell her this. Like, I can't imagine the emotions that were going over him in that moment. So I think that's one thing where he's, been talked about and the family's been talked about. And then the mother did an interview
Hmm.
prior to Chris pleading guilty.
Hmm.
And when she was asked questions about Shanann, I think she told the truth. At the time, I think she didn't want to believe and couldn't even ever fathom her son doing what, you know, people were saying he did. Who could? Anybody who's a mother here, anybody who's a father, could you accept in a couple weeks that your son took out his family? I couldn't. I don't even know if I could accept that in a couple years. I
Yeah.
don't know if I could ever accept that. That would be very, very hard. And they say today, you know what? He did it. We know he did it, and we have to accept that. But why are these people not allotted any time to process and any time to even grasp the concept? Not only are their granddaughters gone, but their daughter-in-law and their son is responsible. How do you comprehend that? So I think you have to take the time frame when Cindy did that interview.
Mhm.
She wasn't in her right mind. I mean, I think we put a lot of pressure on her, and I think it's unfair. And I know she's probably so afraid to do another interview again. And God bless her. I wouldn't. I would be scared to death too, because
Mm.
everything's going to be twisted or interpreted a different way. But I feel like that family is at a totally different spot than they were when that interview was given. And I think we need to respect that.
Yeah. I mean, would you say it's safe to say that she regrets that interview? The
Oh,
TV interview?
absolutely. 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 And I mean, just put yourself in her shoes. Just a mere few weeks, after this happens. And I mean, yeah, I mean they had in-law problems, but who hasn't had problems with their mother-in-law at one time or another? But there were, and that's the insight I got from Mel, is that there were happy times.
Hmm.
They loved Shanann, and Shanann loved them, and they confided in each other as mother and daughter-in-law. And I think those are things that aren't said and things that aren't known. And I just say cut them a break. Cut them a break. Give them a chance. Think about what they're grieving too. They're not shouting from the rooftops, our son didn't do it. They're not doing that. They're laying low. They get so much hate, and they shouldn't be hated. They should be treated as victims because they are.
Hmm. I think they should certainly be allowed to speak. I don't think it's fair. Everyone goes on about freedom of speech and what have you. We've been accused of swapping sides and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
All we're just saying is let them speak. Just give them a voice, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
not
only
about
fair.
swapping. Yeah, it's not about swapping sides. I think that, and someone asked, what is Mel trying to do? What is Mel trying to do? Mel was trying to get peace so that these families can move forward and grieve. She was trying for them to find common ground and some peace in their life. And she's been met with a lot of forces. I mean, these people would rather keep the war going than to see these people find peace and be private with their grief, because they don't want them to be private. You know why? Because then they have nothing to talk about,
Mm.
and then they make no money.
I know
No.
a lot of again, you don't have to answer if you don't, but I know a lot of people were sort of saying about the fact that they didn't go to the funerals and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I just saw that comment. And you know, I believe from what I was told by Mel is, they went out of respect for the Ruseks, and I say that's commendable, because don't you think they wanted to be at their granddaughter's funeral? I'm pretty sure they probably did. And I'm pretty sure that they had their own memorial after, out of respect for the Ruseks. Why do we automatically jump to they didn't even go to the funeral? Why is it so negative? Let's not jump to the negative. Let's think in a loving way and think of why maybe they didn't go. Can you imagine if they did go? The
Mm.
scrutiny. Oh, how cold hearted are they? I mean, they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. And it's unfair. And we need to have more compassion.
Yeah, I
It
think
just, it really gets me fired up. I get it because I can't imagine being these people. They can't walk away from it. They can't sleep and wake up and it's over. It's never going to be over for them.
mm,
Just like it's not ever going to be over for the Ruseks.
yeah, I think people just need to just let go a little bit of the hate and just maybe just listen a little bit more. Still make their own. They'll make their decisions after, and if you know,
Yeah.
it, it's down to them. But I just think maybe people should just hear and just listen a little bit more of how people feel now and how they
Mm-hmm.
feel about things that they've done and said. Um,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
And I think that, you've got to put yourself in their shoes a little bit, you know, and people, my son murdered his family. I'd go to the funeral regardless. Okay. But you're not them and they're not you. And that's what makes us all individuals. We're not all the same. We don't all make the same decisions. But to say that they did so out of disrespect is a little unfair. And I just wish everybody would take just a step back and rethink what you're thinking. Put yourself in their shoes. That's the main thing I like to do when I'm dealing with somebody, is put myself in their shoes. And if you can even try to, you would feel the hurt that they probably feel a little bit, because
Mm.
they both are suffering, both of these families.
Yeah,
I'm going to get off my soapbox now.
that's fine. I mean, this is why we're this is why we're keen to move on. The case is just enveloped in hate, toxicity, and sides, and I think it's just best for
Hey,
everyone,
Dan
really.
TV, you might want to check the chat. This blooming accents is kind of being not so nice.
Okay, what makes you why do you think she might say that? Why do you think? Is there any,
Why did Blooming Accents say what she said?
yeah, what would you say would make somebody think that?
I think that there's being things shared around in certain groups that may not be true, that are being portrayed as coming from Jamie Watts, and they're not. So that again, you guys have to look at who are you getting this information from, and is it reliable? And do they have it? Do they have some kind of an axe to grind by
Mm,
giving this information? Think about those three things.
mm.
It's very, very important.
Okay, well, I think we better end it there. This is the thing. It's such a sort of contentious subject that
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
everybody's
really.
getting fired up. I'm sorry, Dad TV. I
No,
didn't mean to
that's
fire
okay.
anybody up.
That's okay. That's fine. Appreciate you calling in.
All right. All right. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Jay.
Okay. All right. Talk to you.
Cheers. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Oh, thank you, Melissa Susie. Wages for Solange. Has she been having some? Are you doing all right there, Solange? Do you need some help? And this just kind of sums up why, you know, this whole subject just it brings up a lot of emotion. People have obviously seen a lot of stuff. You know, I'm not making any judgments on any of it. I'm not because people have probably seen a lot more stuff than I have. People obviously make up their own judgments. Um, you know, it's fine, blooming accents. You don't have to go. I didn't boot you. If it's obviously something that you've seen, you know, and I'm not gonna, you know, if someone has seen something and that's what you believe, that's fine. You know, we're all adults here. We don't need to start attacking each other for what we feel and stuff like that about, you know, the case or the family. It's just the way we feel. I think, you know, it's just be an adult discussion about it. Thank you, Sasha, 2009. It's you know, it's what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. That's my favourite saying. It is what it is. You know, there's no fix for it. Um, there's no answer to it really. Everyone everyone's got their own opinion about it, and they're perfectly entitled to their own opinion about it. So yeah, CCCO is absolutely right. Let's stop talking about this case. Thank you, Firefly. And there you go. Shine like Shanann. Absolutely. Solange, we can all play nice guys. Yeah, that's it. I think it's just sometimes even if you know, you feel that so strongly about something, you know, maybe express it in a way that's not too harsh. Make your point, but you know, just do it in an adult way. I suppose it's, you know, we'll respect you on our channel. We respect everyone's opinion. If everyone can just sort of be respectful about it, that's fine. Which everyone appears to have been, which is good. It's fine. That's because we've got such a nice bunch of people. Yeah, and it's cool to disagree. Absolutely, yeah. And hopefully, you know, we can sort of dissipate a little bit of the kind of hate and toxicity that this whole case has brought onto YouTube, which it has. It's undeniable. It's undeniable because it's created such strong sides. Such strong sides. Really, the only person everyone should be hating is the guy that sat in prison, isn't it? Really, he's the guy that should be getting all the hate. Let's face it. He's the guy responsible. Look at the damage he's done. Look at the damage that he has done. Well, thank you, Jay. That's very kind of you. Yeah, like Mel says, the guy behind bars. Nobody's really directed their hate at him, have they? He's the evil one. He is the evil one. He's the one that did it. I'm pretty sure nobody said to him, Chris, go and kill your family, please. Please kill your family for me. I'm pretty sure nobody would have said that. You know, I mean, there might have been certain people in the family that didn't get on. People may have been real bitches, may have been real cows, done horrendous things. A lot of families do, though, don't they? And yeah, like Wednesday's Charles, he's just still manipulating people. He is. He's probably going to do it again with this book. It's surrender. I really fear that this book's going to, what it's going to do. That's why I strongly disagree with it coming out, because the level of hate and hurt that's been caused already, this book's only going to make it worse. It's only going to make it worse. It's certainly not what anybody needs at the moment. Right, blimey, we've been going for an hour and a half. I'm going to lock the meeting. Well, it's been pretty good tonight. It's covered what we wanted to cover. I know it was going to be a controversial subject. This whole last few weeks has been controversial. I feel like I've been to hell and back, but I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere, so you know we can move on to better things, hopefully. Well, saying that, we're getting Jamie on next on the next live. Jamie from Making Lemonade, she's coming on, so maybe just have to put it on hold just for the moment until we've spoken with Jamie. But I'm sure she can bring some light-hearted fun to proceedings as well. Might even get her to come on as one of her alter egos, if you like. What do you reckon? Get her to put her makeup and stuff on. Oh, thank you, Solange, for looking after chat tonight. I hope I haven't put too much on you. I was thinking of adding someone else, and then I got completely lost in talking, and I totally forgot about you. I'm so sorry. I am so grateful, though, Solange. You're an absolute diamond. Absolute diamond. True TP warrior. As are all you guys. You know, and it's been great that we've been able to have this sort of controversial discussion, if you like, and all be adult about it. Need to next time. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Are you guys British? We are Scottish. British. Southwest of Britain. Got family that live in Scotland, though. Got family that live in Glasgow. Stay strong. I will. I'll stay strong. Got a thick skin, don't worry. Does anyone know what happened to Mary Marlowe? Well, I think she's come back, hasn't she? I believe so. I think she's she said that she got hacked. Her channel got hacked, or her YouTube account. But I believe that she's popped up somewhere else. That's the last I heard. I haven't actually seen her newer channel, but I believe she is up and about. Bye, Casey. Loves essential oils. Thank you, Tiggy P. Means a lot, you guys. It really does. It really does. Your support. Like I say, maybe it's been a bit of an unwanted purge that we had of our channel, but it certainly seems to have left all the real diamonds behind, which is, you know, maybe everything's meant. I always say everything's meant to be. Everything happens for a reason, and maybe that was the reason. It was to, you know, disassociate ourselves from people that we didn't really need on our channel anyway. Subscribers, I mean by that. Hasten to add. Right, okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up, I think. I'm going to go and have a couple of little hot toddies before I head off to Bedfordshire. So, yeah, so hopefully we'll be going live again, probably early next week somewhere. And I will talk to Jamie and we'll sort something out and we'll get Jamie on. Jamie from Making Lemonade. We'll get her on panel. That should be fun. That should be good. And then we'll start looking at perhaps the Michael Wayne Jones Jr. case and the Timothy Jones one as well. I'll start looking into that a bit as well. And we keep looking out for victims, of course. Might get someone else call in. Obviously, we've got Happy Wife on the channel. We all know what Happy Wife's story. If you don't, you find her in the channel. You just go and speak to her. She came on one of our lives a month or so ago. So yeah, thanks for the company. Thanks for your company. Enjoy your ventures across YouTube. Try and stay out of all the trouble. If you like a bit of drama, then it's up to you, I suppose. But it's a crazy world out there, as we know. But yeah, so take care, everyone. Thanks for coming in. It means a lot. Thank you for Solange for looking after the chat. And we'll see you all again on the other side. So take it easy and see you again. Bye.